U.S. Army Sergeant who danced with Melania Trump speaks out, and his words echo through the hearts of many people who watched that unforgettable evening unfold during the inaugural ball in Washington, D.C. He was not a politician nor a celebrity.
But all my trials, Lord, will soon.
He was simply a soldier who had served his nation with pride and who was chosen to take part in a moment of history that will be remembered for years. He stepped onto the stage with courage in his eyes and with honor in his heart, knowing that millions of Americans were watching as he guided the First Lady of the United States across the polished floor under the bright lights of cameras and chandeliers. The sergeant recalls the moment with great clarity. He speaks of how the air was filled with anticipation and how the sound of applause washed over him as he stood tall in uniform. He remembers the poise of Melania Trump, her calm manner, her graceful steps, and the way she smiled with kindness. He admits that he felt nervous at first, but those nerves soon gave way to a sense of pride that he was representing every man and woman in uniform in that symbolic dance that was not about glamour, but about respect for service and tradition. He explains that when he was told he would be dancing with the First Lady, he could hardly believe the news. At first, he thought it was a mistake, but once it became clear that he had truly been chosen, he prepared himself mentally for what would be the most memorable dance of his life. His fellow soldiers encouraged him, his family expressed pride, and his commanders reminded him that he carried the honor of the entire army onto that stage. The sergeant shares that while the world saw the dance as elegant and smooth on the outside, inside his heart was racing. He knew that this was not only a chance to stand beside the First Lady, but also a chance to remind America of the sacrifices and dedication of soldiers who serve quietly without recognition. He wanted the nation to see that behind every uniform there is a human being with hopes, fears, and dreams. He says that as the music played and the moment passed, he felt a connection not just with Melania Trump, but with every citizen watching at home who still believes in the strength of America. He speaks with humility, saying that Melania Trump was gracious and respectful throughout the entire event. She spoke kindly to him, thanked him for his service, and treated him not as a prop in a ceremony, but as a person of value. He notes that her demeanor was warm and genuine, and that the dance was less about politics and more about a simple moment of humanity shared between a leader's spouse and a soldier. In his words, the dance was a symbol of unity at a time when America seemed divided. He acknowledges that politics often drive people apart, but he believes that moments like this can bring people together, reminding them that service and honor go beyond political lines. He describes how proud he felt, not for himself, but for all the service members who never get the chance to be seen and recognized on such a stage. The sergeant also reflects on the days after the event when friends, strangers, and fellow veterans reached out to him. Some thanked him for representing the military with dignity, others simply wanted to know how it felt to share such a spotlight. He says that what he told them all was the same. It felt like carrying the flag of every soldier with him and placing it gently in front of the eyes of the nation. It felt like being a bridge between the military and the people they protect. He admits that at first he worried about making a mistake on the stage. He wondered if he would step on her gown or lose the rhythm of the music. But once the dance began, he focused only on respect and steadiness. He said the weight of his boots reminded him of the weight of his duty, and that steadied him through the music. The sergeant emphasizes that he does not see the dance as his personal achievement, but as a moment that belongs to the whole army and to the nation itself. He says he was only one man, but he carried with him the spirit of many others who serve quietly day and night. He hopes that the image of that dance inspires young men and women to respect the uniform and to understand the honor that comes with serving something greater than oneself. In his reflection, he explains that he has no interest in fame and that he returned to his duties just like any other soldier after the event. He did not ask for attention and he did not seek recognition. Instead, he views the dance as a reminder that the strength of America lies in its people and in the respect that leaders and citizens show for those who defend freedom. The sergeant ends by saying that when he looks back on that evening, he does not see glitter or lights or television cameras. Instead, he remembers the feeling of standing in uniform, proud and steady, with the eyes of the nation upon him. He remembers the kindness of Melania, Trump, and the warmth of the audience applause. But most of all, he remembers that in that moment, he was not just a man dancing with the First Lady, he was a soldier carrying the honor of his brothers and sisters in arms. He says that memory will stay with him forever as a reminder of the bond between the people and the military and of the respect that holds a nation together.
Of the United States Marine Corps.